Hello and welcome to the J&J podcast. Today you have Jay, Jason, and Eamon again. And um, we'll start off with who listened to Beyond the Black.
You and me.
Now, what did you think of it before we get to what I thought?
They were all right. I would listen to them again. However, I did hear three covers. Absolutely not.
I didn't listen to any of their covers.
Absolutely not. So I just went on Spotify. I typed in the name and just went down, and it just
Okay,
played. Absolutely not.
I don't even
Those
know. I didn't even look at what covers they did.
Warriors Call by Volbeat.
Okay.
Uh, 82nd All the Way.
Oh
They did that
no.
one too?
It's terrible, dude.
Oh,
Absolutely terrible.
you can't beat the Amaranth version.
No, you can't. But
Oh my God, that's a good version.
and the third one almost gave me a fucking aneurysm.
And
The
what was that?
Trooper.
Really?
Yes.
Did she sang it?
Mm. Everything about it was no. Just no.
Okay, so maybe it's a good thing that I kind of went
Um,
around all
it's
their.
okay. It's not that they weren't good because the musicianship is good,
Mhm.
but fucking no,
So
absolutely not.
if you ignore all the covers,
I'm a hell no on all three of those covers. Hell no.
ignoring the covers,
Then I'm gonna listen to them again.
okay. So the one I listened to is I kind of stuck with just the one the Beyond the Black album. So I just stuck with that one album that they did, and honestly, I kind of iffy about them.
Well, that's where I'm at. It's hit or miss, but
um,
I'll listen to them again. I'm not heartbroken if I don't.
yeah, like I like her voice. Her voice shines through it pretty good. Um, but the one album I was listening to was kind of.
Unless you hear the covers, in which case, fucking no.
I didn't listen to any covers.
Oh, dude, they were so bad.
Um, like the one I have, there's a song called "Winter Is Coming." It's not that bad. Um, at one point it seemed kind of long, but it's not that. I like that song. Um, uh,
I don't know what
think of
album I listened to.
well for you, I think you just went through a bunch of them.
No, it was an album, and then it just after the album was done. Here, I'll look it up. Just give me a second here.
I'm trying to remember. There was one song that ended up starting with an acoustic intro, which was really good. I liked the way they started it, and she came in, she was singing, it was all nice, and they progressed into the normal of everything else, like you had all the power
I
instruments.
did. Oh, I guess it was a couple.
But for that one, I want to see if they have an acoustic, like an unplugged version of the one song.
Yeah, I did the first one.
Well, the one I
I
was listening
did.
to was released in 2023.
Yeah, I did Beyond Black,
Where are they from, Jay?
Germany,
Germany?
Mannheim,
They are a German symphonic metal band.
Mannheim, Germany. I
See,
listened to them enough to look up where they were from.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to listen to them. Like I said, I've been sick all week. But are they symphonic like Epica?
No, not quite.
Not like Epica. They don't
Okay.
have the there
And
is
they're
a
not
growler,
operatic.
but yeah, she's just
She
normal
actually
singing.
sings. Yeah, it's not opera style. It's she
Yeah.
actually sings.
They do have the one growler. Thank God, not
Yeah,
much.
and that's the only reason I could stick with it.
They have been around for a while. So
Yeah,
they're
they weren't bad, but they weren't
yeah.
my favorite either.
But just to try, I did look at another album. I'm just going to try to find it here real quick. Um,
Yeah, there was a couple albums that I listened to.
well, some like I have some stuff from Horizons on my playlist to listen to at work. Um, what was it? Heard of
I
a
literally just
Hurricane?
went band name play.
Yeah, the Heart of the Hurricane album. I played a couple songs of that one, and I like the sound of that one better. I think I don't know if it was mixed differently by someone else, but the way that album sounded, I like the sound of it better than the one I actually did listen to all week.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna say they're shitty players and stuff like that because they're not.
No, I think it's just like for me. I think it was just again how part of it was mixed because it seemed kind of flat.
It's
But
one of those ones that like it's good. It just doesn't hit right.
well,
Do they
for
have
us, yeah,
Do they have a theme?
maybe per album, but it's not one they'll stick to for everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, like they're not going to stick to the same thing going from album to album. Like there's
yeah,
no
I
story
noticed
or
that
anything like
too.
that.
So no, I wouldn't say they have a theme. No, they were okay. I'll listen to them again, and I won't be heartbroken about it.
Yeah,
But I also won't be heartbroken if I don't hear them again. So
I think some of the stuff I'm going to end up adding to just as it shuffled in.
not like Battle Beast, man. I heard Battle Beast, and I'm like, I need more, and I need it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sabaton, same thing.
Yeah.
but for this one, it's not that bad. But yeah, pretty much the same as you for that one. Surprisingly, I thought for sure this is going to be one I'm going to be listening to a little bit more often, but there was not many that I really wanted to jump back to off of the Beyond the Black album
For me,
itself.
it needs to be a bit heavier.
I think I was just looking for the way they started. I was expecting something a little bit faster. Like didn't I wasn't really looking for heavy.
I did like they have that one song I did like. It's called the Reincarnation. I did like that one.
Yeah, that one wasn't too bad for right now.
They weren't good. They weren't great. They weren't bad.
Yeah.
They were in the middle. They're like there's definitely people that are going to like them a lot, and justifiably. But there's also going to be people that don't like them and justifiably.
Yeah. Well, I think they do have um a pretty good following for what they do listen to. Like they are doing all the big concert um like they're playing at Wacken and all that.
Yeah. So well, they're a German band, of course they do.
Yeah.
Um, so for me, it ended up turning into something else because I was looking them up, and then it started being it's they started playing another band. I actually listened to the whole thing.
Hmm.
Started playing it, and I'm like, no. And as I was looking them up, I'm like, Germany, okay, Blind Guardian, and just and then I just went Blind Guardian and listened to Blind Guardian for a few hours.
that that's a normal day for me though. I have a couple of their albums at home.
I like Blind Guardian a lot.
I'm still partial to their A Night at the Opera CD.
Well, for me, it's a couple of songs. Valhalla,
Well,
like
yeah.
Valhalla, for real, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bright Eyes is pretty good too.
Eamon doesn't like that one.
I do. Valhalla.
It's a great song.
And
I couldn't even tell by your facial expression because I can't see it.
yeah, you're a little bit too far to the side. There
Sorry.
you are.
There we go. I'm so loopy. I'm on so much medicine, man. Y'all just gotta forgive me.
Hey, this might be an interesting episode then. We'll just try to get you going.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I checked them out. I didn't like them. I didn't hate them. I'm in the middle on them. Not nearly the same effect that Love Bites had on me.
No, no, but we're not going to go down that rabbit hole again.
But it's such a good rabbit hole, dude. It's such a good rabbit hole.
I hope you get to see them in concert, man, just so you can get it out of your system.
They're so good.
Okay, so just going back to Blind Guardian for a second. Did you listen to the Bard song?
Yeah, of course I did. Hey, Jay, I'm not new to Blind Guardian.
No, just making sure. Just checking out.
You got to listen to the Bard song and then Valhalla right after.
Yeah.
That's how they do it live, so you just got to do it that way.
I have a couple of their CDs. I don't think I saw I saw clips of their concert. I don't think I watched the whole thing yet. That they released on DVD.
It's okay. So with those two songs, The Bard song is one that you could like go play for your parents,
Mhm.
and they'd be like, "Oh, this is a nice song."
Yeah.
And then Valhalla. Oh, I don't like that shit. Turn that shit off. Okay, yeah. I know I used to do that in my youth.
Just in your youth?
No, I used to do that specific thing. I used to play
Oh,
a really nice, like
nice mellow song.
Metallica,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the beginning of Ride the Lightning. Like you play the Call of the Cthulhu,
Yeah.
and then Trapped Under Ice. That was always my favorite one to do that with.
Here you go, Mom. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Boy, did she flip a gasket when Trapped Under Ice came.
Man, how old were you then?
Fuck. I think the first time I heard Metallica, I think I was 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little older.
Because Ride the Lightning came out in 81, right?
Yeah.
No. Kill 'Em All came out in 81.
Kill 'em all. Yes.
Ride the Lightning was the first album I heard, though. And then Master of Puppets, and I was fucking hooked. Master of Puppets is one of the greatest albums ever written.
I
Well,
never heard them until the
there's no
90s.
doubt.
And I'll absolutely die on that hill. Even now, the music now does not compare to that album. Not even close.
That would set the precedence for the rest of what we're hearing now.
Yeah. Sure did.
So here's a question for you. When Metallica did their box set,
That was so good. Live Shit, Binge and Purge?
yeah. Now there was a concert like taped on that, wasn't there?
Yeah, 1989 Seattle.
Yeah. Now, so did they just do like, we're going to do this one big stadium and record this, or do they go, hey, let's do this big event for this to record?
No, there was actually a couple of them, because there was one where they were in Seattle, and then another one was the Black Album tour,
Okay.
and that show was like fucking 2.5 hours long.
And those are the ones they used for the box set?
Yeah.
Okay.
They did. I think they did like 3 shows in San Diego or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but like I'm already knowing way more than I should. Let's be real.
Okay, so but basically they were just they're grabbing the footage from just all the stadium shows.
No, just 3 shows. Like they did like 3 shows, and that's what.
Yeah, but they're all stadiums.
The same stadium.
Oh, okay.
The same. They did like 3 shows in at the same place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think when Blind Guardian did their live album, they decided, if we're going to do this, we got to do it right. So they did a weekend, big festival type thing.
Well, they did when Metallica did the Live Shit, Binge and Purge. The CDs were from Mexico.
Oh.
So they were all live, but the CDs were Mexico.
Yeah.
The VHS was Seattle.
So Seattle must have the better stage. Mexico had the better audience.
Oh yeah. Well, because when they did the in '89, the Black Album wasn't a thing, so it was Injustice for All.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this: when it comes to live albums, whether it's Metallica or whoever,
yeah,
how much of it is really live? Yes, they're playing live or something.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, right?
Probably not a lot. I don't know for sure, but
the studio would fix things, or whatever.
Well,
it depends on the band. Most of them can get it straight off the mix board, and most of the bands, well, at least the bigger ones that we normally listen to,
you're going to get us into an argument.
Maybe.
No,
most of the ones we listen to bring their studio sound to the stage, except for the Beatles.
Okay. The thing that pisses me off the most about live albums is 100% Kiss.
Well, yeah, I mean, those aren't live.
No, I don't care what you do to the music. Don't fucking dub the audience. to make it seem like they're more into it than they actually are.
But
Do
that's
not love the audience. That takes away from the live.
that, and Dokken did the same thing with their live album. You could tell that, oh wow, they just made the audience cheer louder here or there, whatever.
I've never listened
But
to Dawkins' album, but I mean, listen, it's Dawkins. They don't have a. Let's be real about Dawkins.
don't underestimate George Lynch, though.
Oh no, George Lynch is fucking
Yeah,
unreal.
but I'm just wondering how much of these live albums are actually live before they go back into the studio and say, okay, we got to fix this. You hit
Edit
the
the
wrong
shit out of
note
it.
here.
Yeah,
I wonder how much of it is really, because a lot of people think, oh, they hit the record button and
they
stop.
absolutely do not.
No, it's
Right.
totally mixed across at least 2 shows.
Listen, since we
But I think they also probably go back in the studio and do some dub over it. I really do. It just sounds too clean sometimes.
Legacy of the Beast isn't bad. There's not like it feels real. Rock and Rio too sounds real. But that's I mean Iron Maiden is in a class of its own anyway, right? So Jay, it's in my head. I have to get it out. My favorite thing about that 1989 show from Metallica
Mhm.
is they did like a bass solo, and then "To
Mm.
Live Is to Die," which I
Yeah,
fucking love that song.
I
And then
remember watching that part.
they went from "To Live Is to Die" into Master of Puppets, and it was probably the best intro to Master of Puppets I've ever heard. It was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, I can't disagree with that one.
Biased opinion though, because I'm a Newstead guy.
Mm.
Not that I don't like the others, but I'm a Newstead guy because that's what I recall. Like I'm a huge fan of Cliff Burton. I like he did so much for everything,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but I wasn't old enough to remember because he died in like 1986.
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
8, give or take. So the memory wasn't that great. So just because Newstead was the bulk of my growing up, he's the one that I gravitate to.
Yeah. Well, my first album was the Black Album too, so that's
You are a fucking late bloomer.
well. Uh, but for the Blind Guardian one, I think their sound quality is pretty good. Um, because when they're recording, like there's a lot you can actually get off the mix board
Yeah.
because like everything's plugged in, so everything's getting filtered before even the audience hears it.
I know I've done some things to anesthesia pulling teeth.
And then I remember reading one article about how the Beatles played live because there was
The Beatles?
one person was playing some stuff with Paul McCartney later on, and they were going through some of the Beatles catalogs, and he goes, "How the hell are you playing that? It's not the same as the album, like from the studio." Paul McCartney goes, "No, it all depends on how you feel at the time and how you play it. All the songs are a complete feeling. It's not the way it's done in the studio. It's how you're feeling at the time, and that's how they all played."
Yeah. Well, it's not like anybody could fucking hear them anyway.
I'm
Like if it wasn't for the TV magic, you never would have heard them on the Ed Sullivan Show.
not a huge Beatles fan, man. I know everybody's gonna shit themselves, but I'm just not a huge Beatles fan. I know they were the roots or whatever of rock and roll, and I just never got into them.
I like some of their songs,
You
what they
missed out.
did, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I am the opposite.
You
You're a
like
big
Beatles?
fan?
I am a fan of the Beatles. Yep.
I like some of their stuff, but I don't rush out or like praise any of it, but I do acknowledge what they did for
I
everything.
absolutely do. Absolutely do. Those guys, I think they were the first band that I can recall ever hearing that went from genre to genre.
Yeah, they kind of mixed it up
Because
a little bit.
Helter Skelter and Revolution
Yeah.
are not fucking pop rock.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
There's no fucking way they're pop rock.
and you can tell when they had all the drug infused songs too, and
Well, I mean, Sergeant Pepper and his
Yeah.
Lonely Hearts Club Band. Whatever. Yeah, I'm definitely a Beatles guy, and I'm oddly enough not a Rolling Stones guy.
I
You
remember a
know,
lot of them were saying for the fans. Normally, if you were a Beatles fan, you didn't like the Stones,
it's
or
the
if you didn't
Beatles
like
or
the
the Rolling
Stones,
Stones.
yeah.
I'm not a Rolling Stone. Nope. They
I
don't
listened
have
to a little
one
bit about
song
them.
that
That's about it.
they don't have one song. No, rephrase. They only have one song that I like.
The Stones.
Yep,
Which one's that?
Paint It Black.
I was gonna say that if you were gonna like any song, that was gonna be the one that you were gonna like. It's a good song.
Paint It Black is the only one I like. I mean, I give them credit for fucking being around for 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to be good if you're around. If the longevity is that, you have to be good. And they're
I saw
still
them
out there,
perform, so
fucking doing their thing, man. So all the credit in the world. Not that they give a shit about what I think, but
yeah, no,
like
no,
I don't take away from what they've done and how good they were and are or whatever.
yeah. There's a couple of people have covered a bunch of their stuff too. So like even GNR covered one of their songs,
Which one?
"Symphony for the Devil."
Of course, it was that one.
Yeah, they did that for
What record?
Interview with the Vampire.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm a Beatles guy. Ringo Starr is the first drummer to actually bring the snare in and use it regularly
Ringo
and
Starr
use
is
it as
Mr. Conductor.
a beat.
No, Ringo Starr is Mr. Conductor.
Well, Ringo Starr has been accused of being a lot of things.
No, he was actually in the children's show Shiny Time Station.
Was
He
it really?
played Mr. Conductor at the very beginning. I think for the first season or two, and then
Okay.
after Ringo Starr, it went to oh, I can't remember his name. Well, I think later on I was told, "Hey, no, that's a Beatle." I'm like, who? But yeah, no, I remember watching that one religiously. I can't remember the other. Alec Baldwin, I think, ended up playing the character after.
He's such a good fucking actor. But apparently, man, like he needs to stop doing crazy shit. But such a great actor. The
That's
Hunt
very
for Red
funny.
October is one of my favorite movies.
I've seen parts of that one.
Such a good movie. It's the best. Other than the show Jack Ryan, it's probably the best Jack Ryan.
I didn't watch any of the Jack Ryan shows.
You missed out.
Oh, wow.
It's a
Wow.
great show.
Yeah.
I've watched it twice.
All right, so here's one for you. Has anyone heard of the death metal band called Torture?
No.
Heard of, not heard.
Heard of? Well, you're not going to hear them anymore right now. So apparently they need a whole new band.
I guess they broke up.
They were like literally just about to go on tour, like I think a week out from starting a tour or days before, and everybody quit. Everybody except for the person who started the band, everyone just quit. So he put out a message saying, "Well, unfortunately, we have to cancel the shows for the next month. But anyone who wants to play, we're holding auditions for everything."
They say why they left.
Uh, they did not mention
That
the
feels like he might try. He might be trying to be Axl Rose.
They didn't really say too much about
Sounds
that,
like a mutiny.
other than the person who was like who actually organized the whole band.
Yeah. Sounds like a mutiny to
They
me.
finish off saying, nothing to worry about, folks. Torture will be back, ringing in your ears in no time, provided death metal's your thing."
And that's why I've not heard them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get into that.
I can't do death metal.
Yeah.
No, I just saw the headline like that's actually kind of funny that everyone, except for the person who was the mastermind behind the band.
Like I struggle with
Up and quit.
Amaranth sometimes, and I love them.
I don't think I've had an issue with Amaranth yet.
This well, because it's not that much, but they do that screamo shit,
Yeah.
and like they almost lose me, and then they bring it back.
So we've heard of bands like, singers quitting or getting fired and everything like that, but has anyone else, like, actually the whole band just, I'm out of here?
The whole band, no.
The closest thing to it would be Guns N' Roses.
But they went piece by piece.
They didn't
Yeah, but
all
that's the
quit.
closest thing to it.
Yeah. They didn't all just all at once.
Yeah, they didn't all at once, but they all did.
Yeah. Until they were finally bribed enough, hey, let's get back together.
I think Matt Sorum and Slash went together. Or was it Duff and Slash?
I think it was Duff and Slash for a little bit, and then Duff went on to do his own thing, Slash went on to do his own thing,
And then they did it together.
Hmm.
Velvet Revolver was an underrated band. I'll say it now.
I agree.
I liked them.
Yeah.
Like they had Duff McKagan, Slash, and fucking Matt Sorum.
Yeah.
And then you add Scott Weiland in. If Scott Weiland could have just sobered up, man, they could have been good. They were good.
Yeah.
But we could have had
It
more.
could have been a lot more.
Yeah, that song Slither is fucking great.
Yeah.
They were so good. It excited me because it's the first like hard rock band, good one that has come out a while, and then it just stopped.
Yeah, I think they only had the one album.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was Slither, there was Fall to Pieces, and
Shit went. That's a fucking great song too. Shit just went sideways.
So you guys know who Rick Rubin is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So apparently, when he was working on the Slayer, when he was working with Slayer on their third album, Rain in Blood, part of his words of advice that he was given them was he played a Metallica record as an example of what he thought was wrong for what he was going for when they were recording that. Now, Rick Rubin recorded he mixed for Metallica too.
Yeah.
But for the sound he wanted for the Rain in Blood album, he's like, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do the Metallica version for the way the sound was.
Okay.
Because there was so much there. When he was recording the Rain in Blood album, he was starting to take everything away to get down to just what was needed for the album.
I never heard this story before, so I don't know the album, but I could guess it probably.
Well,
if I had to guess, I'd say it was Kill 'Em All.
Let's see if it says it here. Yeah, because it says
what a great album that was, though.
This the sounds are so big that the whole thing gets blurry and you can't really hear it, was what he was saying. And I don't think he actually mentioned which Metallica album he played. But what do you think about that?
Kill 'Em All's a great album. The first 5 Metallica albums are like they're just out of this world good.
And then everyone knows the Rain in Blood from the Rain in Blood album.
And Guitar Hero.
Yeah. That's where I know it from.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
It's not
but yeah, he's definitely gone through a lot because he's done rock and hip hop and
he's done everything.
Yeah.
So
he's literally done everything.
Yeah, but this was back when he was still learning how to do everything. So when he was just getting used to, building up his reputation, he was taking away all the extra sounds to just leave what was needed, instead of using all the different tricks to change the sound. It's just one of those, if it didn't sound right, he just took it out at the beginning.
You know what? I don't want. Something just came in my head, and it kind of upset me a little bit. So, people my whole life have been like, metal sucks, metal sucks, metal sucks. It's garbage, blah blah blah. It's always just it's a way of life. Metal is. It's not
kind of.
You're not just a fan of it. You live that. So, But everybody's always saying that metal's so bad. But to the best of my knowledge, nobody in our genre anywhere has ever trafficked children.
No, I
Like
don't think so.
we don't have a Puff Daddy of metal.
No.
No, I see where you're going with that.
I know.
I see where you're going with that. I haven't really come across people that shit talk metal. I mean,
Oh, dude.
I hear people complain about it all the time, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, growing up, I did, but now it's, you know,
Oh, now I just don't care.
I know we don't give a fuck.
But yeah, that's why I said when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Now I just
Oh,
don't give a
growing
shit.
up. I say growing up, we used to get in fist fights over that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like my metal now, I will just turn it up.
Yeah.
You're better off not telling me you don't like it.
Yeah.
Because if you tell me you don't like it, go fuck your hat.
Yeah.
Up it goes.
oh, there was a bunch of things. For the metalheads, um, sometimes they're more prone to acting better because they can release all their anger. Um, they're more they like more some of them like more classical sides because the way most metal is, there's a lot going on and it's all uh,
Sure is.
musically inclined, you could say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
instead of just trying to keep a simple beat.
Yeah, sometimes the beat's not that simple.
um,
Anything tool related.
a lot of managers in high up positions, if they were metalheads, they performed better at work.
Where did I read that? I read that somewhere. You're
Yeah,
right.
Is that actually a thing?
that
Yeah, I
is
read
actually a
that
thing.
somewhere.
That's so
Yeah.
fantastic.
So
Yeah.
yeah, people who listen to metal end up being better performers for tasks, getting stuff done, and getting it done right. A metalhead is a good thing.
Well, biased opinion, but yeah, I absolutely believe that. I just took us in an area we didn't want to go, didn't I? We don't want to talk about it, but it's in my head, so I have to.
Oh shit!
Oh, damn it.
Apparently, there's a list, and that list, they're all fleeing the country now. Like shit like that just doesn't metal. That just does never pops up in metal.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Like
no.
we never fucking kill each other over
Yeah.
east and west and shit like that.
Some parts of metal, when you go to death metal, there
Never
were
mind the guy in Norway that like that
yeah,
they're an
there was
anomaly.
that odd bad extreme case.
But this what's happening now, apparently it's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah,
So
no,
like it makes me proud that it's not metal.
no. We stick to our normal themes, or
Whether it should or shouldn't, it makes me proud that it's not metal.
for us, we normally stick with our usuals. Like we'll do some happy topics. We'll do a few dark topics that we'll talk about, or there's a lot of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So
Jay,
Yeah.
listen to me. I would absolutely love it if you went one day. We're just doing dark today. Fucking sign me up. I'm in. I can do dark all day long. You would be the one that would have the problem with that.
yeah, it's a lot of stuff that I've listened to beforehand. And yet, no, it just I like the
I can
bright
do the
stuff.
dark side. It's okay. Call me a Sith Lord. I'm all dark side.
Okay, so here's a conversation starter for you.
Anyway, get me off of this. Quick.
Okay, so Joe Perry,
Okay.
he was doing this article. Oh, he was doing an interview for Guitar World, and the headline is, "I doubt there's going to be another Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, or Eddie Van Halen." Joe Perry goes on to say why he thinks the age of the guitar hero might be over, even though the instrument still has a bright future.
Because people aren't treating it like that anymore.
Well, we've talked about this.
Yeah, you know the new one.
We've talked
It's not
about this.
just not people treating it the same. It's just like people. There's
They
no one
don't have the
really
same
pushing the
respect for it.
boundaries. Yeah.
Like they don't have the same respect for it anymore.
Well, they don't have to. They want to learn it now. They want to be able to do it now. They don't
Yeah,
want to put the time in. They don't want to eat, sleep, and poop
yeah.
guitar. You know what I mean? They want somebody to say, "Hey, show me how to do this," and I want to be able to do it now and not earn that time. No.
Speaking of guitar heroes, have you listened to the new Extreme album yet, Eamon?
Yes, I have.
And
I loved it.
I knew it.
Loved it.
I knew it.
I couldn't believe it was extreme. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Holy cow!"
That's like me when I went and saw them in concert. I'm like, really? That's song after song after song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guitar solo in Rise.
Yeah.
That sets a new standard.
Yeah. But again, we have to wait on it. We have to have a band from the 80s, maybe late 90s type thing that does it. There's no, like Jay was saying, there are no more guitar heroes. They're gone.
I agree. They're
We
all gone.
we'll never have that again.
Yep, they're all gone.
You know, yeah, somebody plays a minor pentatonic really fast. You know, oh, look, I can do this really fast. That doesn't mean
It's not about playing fast.
that's exactly right. There was no melody, I mean, there's so much to explore. There's so much to explore in guitar, for example, and nobody's doing it.
Yeah,
It's a lost art.
Actually,
yeah.
no, we might have some contenders. It all depends which way they go. They're still forming.
Nuno
Who?
Betancourt.
Hmm?
Nuno
No,
Betancourt
they're not.
and
Nowhere
Paul
close to
Gilbert are
Nuno.
the two that could hold that candle right now.
But back to your favorite band. If which way, it all depends which way they go with their albums coming up. But for talent, we go back to Love Bites, who has talent to bring stuff out.
They do.
They pull certain things basically out of their ass, out of the blue.
Yeah,
But it all depends on which way they go towards. They get a few, they get something different here, or something different there.
but would you put them as guitar heroes at this time? No.
At this time, no, but they're still growing.
Okay, let's stop right there. They're still
Yeah,
growing. So how many albums do they have out now?
I think they have three.
They have three. So let's go. Let's go. For example, Van Halen's right. They have
Mm-hmm.
Van Halen 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then Women and Children first came out.
We should know by now.
No, hold on. And then there was Mean Street, right?
Yeah.
So that was their third record. What did you feel like when you first heard Mean Street and that beginning the beginning part of that song where he's thumping that and making it go? I mean, that was by his third record. You knew that. Holy shit! Who is this guy? Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe by the first record when he did Eruption. Who is this guy?
And he
What
always
is
did his solos with his back towards the audience at the beginning too.
did? So yeah, the picking absolutely. But we knew definitely by the third record, holy shit, this guy's good. Yes, not to take anything back bad from Love Bites. I mentioned their guitar
Yeah.
playing; it's phenomenal. But am I going to put them in that guitar hero status? They haven't.
Not right now. No.
They haven't introduced anything yet like the Eruption or like the
So,
beginning of Mean
so
Street.
Eamon's right there because by the third Van Halen album, Eddie Van Halen was already above Eric Clapton,
Yeah,
Jeff Beck. Like he had already just bang. Like he went from this to he's the top
yeah.
by his
And
third.
so that's what makes you a guitar hero. So
And I mean, in fairness, too, he was an absolute virtuoso.
yes,
Like he a man amongst boys, almost kind of thing, right?
And we got nothing like that right now.
right. So who did you mention? You used to mention Eddie Van Halen, Jimi Hendrix, and
Jimi
who else?
Hendrix, Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page. Okay. All right. from then, we're talking about 30, 40 years. Nobody,
Mhm.
nobody's come up with their own sound or their own techniques.
I got two: Paul
You
Gilbert
got
and
to,
Nino Betancourt. Other than
but they're
that,
still 80s.
not really.
Extreme.
I think Porno Graffiti came out in '91,
But we're still talking some quite a bit of time ago. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean, you
and
think,
they're still here. So it's
yeah,
not.
okay,
Well, Nuno's definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. So
right,
I
right,
fucking
right,
hope not. I want more of him.
yeah.
He is fucking unbelievable. Him and Paul Gilbert for me.
yeah, because Gus G's good, but
Gus G is very good.
I'm trying. I don't know when Firewind
So was
started though.
that Malstein guy, but he's just a dick apparently. So
Well, I haven't really followed any interviews for any of the other people.
so
I tell you one. I tell you one. Joe Bonamassa.
he's fucking he's
Yeah. Now
he's the
I put
third
him
on
up
my
there.
list. Yeah,
I
yeah,
would put him up there. Hell yeah.
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 I
He's
thought
the
he's been
third,
around for like a while.
But
No,
he's been around a while. Yeah.
but he's still
But
here,
he's still here, and I would
and
put him up
nobody
there.
fucking knows who he is for some reason.
Yeah. Hey, I've got another name for you. That's a real good guitar player out of Dallas. You guys probably heard of him. His name is Andy Timmons. If you haven't heard of him, look him up. He's good,
Okay,
real good.
so I'm gonna touch some nerves here.
so, okay.
The reason that Love Bites isn't gonna get enough credit ever is the same reason Nita Strauss doesn't get it, because they're women.
No, not true. I
And
mean,
I
but
think there's
no,
a
no, I'm not
movement
talking.
starting now, though.
No, no, listen. I'm not talking about the three of us. I'm talking about as a whole, like populations of all. That's why they're not getting. Because you tell me what guy Nita Strauss can't outplay.
I get that. I get that. But what has she brought? And I love Nita Strauss. I love
Her
it.
her solo album is fucking amazing.
Absolutely, and no doubt about it. But what has she? What new techniques has she brought other than that one record that she did?
Okay,
Right,
so
solo
when it
record. The
comes
rest
to
has been just who she played with. Right, which
when it
mostly
comes
was
to
Alice
what
Cooper.
new techniques have come out, the last new technique that I knew of, there was
Uh-huh.
two. There was James Hetfield doing the up pick
Okay.
on Master of Puppets, I think it was, and nobody could fucking do it except for him apparently. And the Dave Mustaine's spider chord.
Okay.
Those are the last two new techniques that I know of. Because I'm not really in the loop there,
Yeah.
so I'm just basing everything on what I'm hearing.
But I don't think she's not a guitar hero because she's a woman. I just think that she's a phenomenal guitar player. But she until she comes out and she puts out a song or a record or whatever, and you're going, holy shit, what is that?
I did that with their solo album.
Well, I think some of it comes down to the promotions also, because right now you are getting more like there's more women bands going around right now because you're getting Hailstorm, which is female fronted. You
Yeah.
got the Warning that's up and coming, but they're doing good
They're
because they're
so
going with
good.
Hailstorm right now, and
The
Hailstorm
Warning is
is
so
doing
good.
the thing with Evanescence right now. So their
If I
promotion
was
there
Evanescence,
is
I'd
doing
be
good.
going on first.
But it goes back down to promotions. For their promotions, they're doing good there to get them around.
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, I mean,
So
with
you
Love
can have
Bites,
many people talking about them, but it comes down to like their promotion, like how they get promoted.
with Love Bites, they're Japanese, right? So they got to make it across the ocean. So we gotta.
We
Maybe that's
missed
my
them
goal
by a
here.
couple weeks.
Maybe that's my goal here. I'm just trying to get them over here.
Yeah, when we were talking about them, 2 weeks prior to that, they were literally in Texas performing.
Is that right? Where in Texas
Yeah,
were they?
I'd have to look it up again, but they in September they did a whole North American tour.
Oh shit.
So I
What?
Actually, oh, wait, no, not North American. No, they did an American tour
An American tour.
in
Who were they?
September.
And who were they with?
I don't remember who they were
Were
opening
they
for.
headlining?
Doesn't even matter, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what I was saying is, were they headlining or are they?
No, they were opening. I
They were
believe.
opening.
Yeah. I'd have to check it again. But I believe they were opening or a co-headline type thing.
Yeah.
So you get two of the bigger bands.
Yeah, I opening for them. I don't. They can't just go out there and do 4 songs and be done. No.
No, they did a show, like they did a full show.
Good.
Yeah.
I saw some video footage of it, and for being the smaller venues, it was great.
Oh yeah, they'll whoop your ass. Yeah.
And when they did show the crowd, you can see the crowd was actually into it too. So
Yeah. I love them, and I'm not even the one that brought them up this time, so don't blame me for this one.
So what did Joe Perry end up saying after he made that statement?
Oh, he was just going to explain his argument, saying that there's no one really trying to push the boundaries. No one's coming up with their own style or anything. Everyone's just playing what everyone else is playing before.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're saying. Yeah, I agree.
Nobody wants their own sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's just playing the same style as everyone else.
Yeah.
So you need someone to push the boundaries. Like it's not like they have to come up with their own technique.
Okay, and
It's just they have to have
technique
their
was the
own
wrong
style.
word. Maybe technique was the wrong word, but style is. I like that word better.
Yeah,
I do. I like that word better. Style.
Back to Nita Strauss.
Yeah,
She has her own style.
she does. But I still wouldn't put her up as a guitar hero.
Not yet. She's on her way.
No doubt. I agree.
but yeah, we just have to kind of wait and see who's going to try to push through everyone. And then the question is going to be: are they going to be European, or are they going to be North American, or
They're not going to be North
American.
American. I guarantee
No
you.
chance. No chance. Wow, we agreed on that one quick.
Yeah, it won't be North American.
Drummers are another thing too. Same thing with drumming. Other than the great ones that are old now.
and everyone else just keeps cycling through the same drummers.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sick with playing with them, and that drummer's just going to go play with another band who's about the same popularity. And
there was actually one drummer that I liked a lot. She played a bunch of shows at like the House of Blues and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She was really good. Hannah Ford. I don't know.
With?
I don't even know if she's still playing, but she's really good.
Who was she playing with?
Herself. Which would be a different show.
No.
Listen, shut up.
No. Not that path. Not going down that path. But you don't normally have the drummer as a singer. Like who?
No.
Band?
She didn't sing.
Yeah, but what band did she play with?
Hannah Ford.
So like Phil Collins.
I never saw her play with a band.
So it was just like a YouTube type thing. Oh, okay.
That's her name, Hannah Ford.
Yeah.
But she was like she played at like the House of Blues and stuff like that. She's a fucking fantastic drummer.
I was going to say we can try to check out some of her stuff, but
if I had to say there's going to be a next great drummer, it's going to be that kid from Japan. What is her name? Juna, I think. I don't even know how old she is now, but fuck me. I can watch that kid play Through the Fire and the Flames all day long.
Oh, I think you showed me that one.
She had so much fun playing that. Like the smile on her face was just all day long. I can watch her play drums. It was a while ago. I think she was 13 in that video. Playing fucking Through the Fire and the Flames at 13 years old.
Wow.
On a 5-piece kit. And made it sound like Through the Fire and the Flames. She was incredible, and that she had so much fun. So much fun. Like the fact that she was having so much fun, and it was so evident. It's why I like watching people have fun while they're playing their stuff.
Maybe that's why kids these days can't figure out musical instruments. They don't know how to have fun. They don't know how to go out and have a good time without putting it on YouTube how, oh, look how miserable my life is. Please feel sorry for me. My life sucks. Give me attention. We got attention by, yeah, I play guitar. You want to go, let's go in the backseat of the car. And bingo. But now, no attention.
He tells me to stop. We're talking the same thing now.
Maybe he'll edit that part out. But my whole point is, but look at what we're talking about. We're talking about all these European bands. We're talking about Japanese bands. We're talking about South American.
We're not talking bunch of Scandinavian bands.
Holy shit. But didn't you say, or was it you or Jay that said that they have like a program for their kids with music over there?
Jay is definitely the one that said that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that in Sweden they've got a deal.
Well, it's fucking good.
Yeah.
Why doesn't everybody have it?
Yeah. Well, we want to give them a trophy. Everybody gets a fucking trophy.
Yeah. And that's just for participating.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. How are they supposed to learn anything when they always just win?
Well, they don't. That's why they're 30 years old living with mom and dad in the basement and asking for meatloaf.
Failure creates success.
You're probably going to go back and edit what I had said earlier.
No, he's not.
Repeat it.
No, he's not. You got to leave shit alone, man. Don't edit anything.
Technical gaps. Why? What was going on?
No, nothing. We just were talking.
We're just venting. Anyway.
Yeah, we were venting about today's youth.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, where's the meatloaf?
Hey, listen, I love a good meatloaf.
Man, you got me feeling bad about Nita Strauss. I love the lady. I do. And she has her own style. She's phenomenal. But I don't know why do I feel bad by not considering her a guitar hero?
Well, how many things does she have out for herself?
Okay.
She just has one record for herself right now, Controlled Chaos.
Let's and then she's played with a bunch of other people.
And she's played with a lot and she did amazing with them. Amazing. She has her own guitar line.
Yeah. That's Ibanez.
Yeah, it's Ibanez.
Fucking right it is. That's the good stuff. I'm trying to think of a word to like a way to word it.
I guess what I'm saying is Joe Perry's right. If we're going to sum all this up, he's right.
Oh, yeah. He is. He absolutely is.
There's no one who's really pushing forward right now.
Well, I think it might be because nobody gives credit when it's due. Like, as a mass. Because I don't think I could say Joe Bonamassa is not a fucking guitar hero.
I think he is, man.
So do I. That's what I'm saying.
I think he is. Yeah.
I think he is. I think Nuno is. And I think Paul Gilbert is. Steve Vai might be there.
Oh, I forgot about Steve Vai. Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Like, it's not that there aren't.
Yeah.
They're just
more quiet.
They grew up when we did.
Maybe just hitting on what Jay said. These guys that we just mentioned are phenomenal, but I don't think they got the promotion that Eddie Van Halen did.
No, they didn't.
Page did that, along with Nita Strauss and Joe and
like for Eddie Van Halen.
Right. Whoa, I got something. I'll tell you why. Because they didn't have David Lee Roth.
Well, Eddie Van Halen was even mentioned in kids' movies.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out, though.
Okay.
When did people start hearing about Steve Vai?
When he was with David Lee Roth.
When he played with David Lee Roth.
Played with the label. Again, promotion, right? That's why he got promoted.
David Lee Roth is the king of promotion.
Yeah. He is the front man. Absolutely.
And as soon as you play with David Lee Roth and Billy Sheenan's over there,
yeah,
you better be somebody.
Yeah. And who's the drummer?
I forget. I always forget the drummer. I'm gonna write it down and like paste
Okay.
it on my wall. It's
But
not the first time we've talked about it, and I fucking don't know.
So
But
this
he
is
was
why I
awesome.
try to have things popped up on my screen so I have reference.
Well, that's why I have the computer that I do, but it's not working right now.
But it looks like Nina Strauss has two.
is it 2 records?
Yeah, so she just released one in 2023, which is The Call of the Wild,
I heard it was awesome, but I haven't heard it yet.
and then Controlled Chaos was 2018,
Okay, that's the one I have. Okay.
And it was awesome.
and then there's a bunch of other like singles here, and
Best song on Controlled Chaos is "The Show Must Go On." Holy shit, it's good.
which was not released as a single.
Mm-mm.
No, you actually had to buy the album.
You have to
So
buy
if
the
you heard
album.
it, you bought it.
Because the only two singles off of that album is Our Most Desperate Hour
Uh-huh.
and Pandemonium 2.0.
So this thing that we're doing, this is going to turn into a fucking Nita Strauss is going to get her credit. God damn it!
Well, sometimes people just need credit where credit is due.
And credit is definitely fucking overdue.
With "The Show Must Go On," I dig it. Just listen to that song. I mean, when they got the cello and the orchestra, and then she starts playing her guitar. She's so damn good, man.
She is so damn.
Maybe, yeah, we could get her up there. Maybe make her a guitar hero. Like I said, I'm feeling really guilty not considering her a guitar hero. Shit.
I don't know. You keep saying The Show Must Go On. I'm thinking Queen. So
Yeah. No, take it out. It's a good one. That's my favorite song on that record.
Did she have plastic surgery?
I don't know why do you say that.
I hope not.
She's really big into fitness. I mean, she's huge.
I know. Because there's a picture of her that I'm looking at that fucking doesn't even look like her, man.
well, sometimes their managers get in the way.
Managers are a bunch of assholes.
Some of them, and some of them are really good. It all depends.
Our Most Desperate Hour is the video that I was thinking.
That was one of the singles that were.
Yeah.
She's been on a lot of music magazines, man. Is she a goddess, guys?
She might be the closest fucking thing to it. Although there's an argument for Love Bites being that. Just saying.
Is there an episode we can do without mentioning Love Bites?
You did it first. Don't even. You did it first.
I have to go through. I thought you mentioned them at the beginning.
You
said,
did
no,
it first. Shut up your face.
All right, fuck it.
And probably not, no.
She's a hero. She's a hero. Yeah. She's got to be.
The jury's out. She's in it
more
now.
and more, and I'm going, man.
She's part of the club.
She's got to be.
Well, I mean,
holy shit.
Yeah. So, okay. So this might help this argument, Eamon. So, whenever it's a woman, it's always she's a woman. Not once. We've talked about Nita Strauss a bunch of times because she's fucking phenomenal. Not once have any of us put her in a woman category. It's never been about her being a woman.
No. When we talked about good guitar players,
she's fucking good.
Yeah. She's up there, man.
And every time in the history of everything, if you're a woman, you get categorized. Well, for a woman.
Yeah.
That has never come up with Nita Strauss. Not ever, not once.
No.
She is just that damn good.
Yeah, I'm in.
So if that tells you anything.
I'm in. I'm in. I'm in.
Let's see if we get any comments on this one.
I mean, I've thought that from the get-go. First time I saw her in the Iron Maidens, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's one we'll have to dive into sometime.
And it was her and Courtney Cox, but the difference there is we still hear about Nita Strauss.
Yeah, fuck Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox has gone. Oh, I mean, it's
Not like,
Courtney Cox has kind of gone silent,
yeah,
Mhm.
at least for what I can see.
yeah.
That's not necessarily true, but that's from what I can see. And Nita Strauss has not.
No, she's going strong, man.
Like she is fucking awesome.
I want to say she did. She did. You know what? This also proves what a damn good guitar player she is because it shows the spectrum of her guitar work. I want to say she did guitar work with that Debbie, some girl from Disney, uh, Demi. Oh shit! I'll think of her name.
Lovato?
Yes, please look her up. See if she did. I think she did guitar work for her.
Oh, you said Demi. I thought you said Debbie.
Demi. I thought I said Debbie too. Fuck.
So Demi
I'm
Lovato.
on medicine. I don't know. Fuck it. But it's Demi. It's that weird chick from Disney.
Yeah, I have daughters. I know who Demi Lovato is.
Yeah, she ended up like freaking out or whatever. But I think she did guitar work for her latest album. I believe so. We'll
I
double
think you're
check.
right. I think
I'll
I
have
read
Jake.
that somewhere. I think I read that somewhere. See, and
Well,
that
she was hired to replace Orianti on Alice Cooper's touring band.
listen, Orianti is another one we could be talking about.
I also remember the one video that she did with the guitar that did its own strings.
Touch my
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I got it
I think
here.
it was a gag one, but
Nita Strauss toured with Demi Lovato in 2022 and was featured on Lovato's 2023 record, Revamped.
There you go. She went from Alice Cooper to Demi Lovato
And back to Alice.
and back to Alice.
But doesn't that prove what we're talking about, though? I mean, the lady is
She can play
talented all the way
anything.
around.
Yeah, she can play anything. Listen. All you're doing right now, Eamon, is making an argument for her actually being a guitar hero.
I know. I said she's a hero. I agree. Hell, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I admit it.
huh. She's even performed at live pay-per-views for the WWE.
Yep. That I
Oh,
knew.
she did. Yes, sir. That's right.
I
Yeah.
knew that too.
She performed on October 28th. It doesn't say which year, with Lizzie Hale at WWE Evolution.
With Lizzie Hale, what did they do?
They did her original song, Mariana Trench,
Yeah.
which was chosen by Triple H as the official theme for the
Of course it was.
NXT TakeOver War Games.
You want to talk metalhead?
Yeah.
He could be in this conversation with us and fit right in.
She became the first ever female Ibanez signature artist with her own model guitar. The Ibanez JIVA 10.
Jiva 10. Yeah.
Making my argument for me.
And it's a thin guitar. That thing is thin. I mean, it's good.
But sounds good. Sounds so good.
January 9th, 2022, Strauss became the first female rock solo artist in 32 years to hit number 1 on Billboard's mainstream rock charts with their song Dead Inside.
Hey, I was wrong.
When you're done making my argument, you guys, just let me know.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry I've doubted it because the more we talked about her, seriously, the more you realized, holy shit, she's it.
On
She's
January
fucking phenomenal.
26, 2019, Strauss was honored at the 7th annual She Rocks Awards with the Inspire Award presented to her by Nick Bowcott and her personal hero, Steve Vai.
When guitar heroes have guitar heroes as heroes.
That's why you need guitar heroes.
Maybe there is a chance somebody may still get somebody coming out and want to be a guitar hero. Just, I'm not talking about the video game.
No. But the big question is going to be when you get your next young guitar hero, who are they going to be looking up towards?
Hopefully, somebody good.
Well, it's
I,
that's going to be the interesting part. Like, who's it going to be? Is it going to be one of the classic ones we were talking about originally, or is it going to be someone like a little bit newer, like Nita Strauss, or
Might
like
be
who's it going to be?
Orianthi.
Yeah.
Like Orianthi deserves hers too, but I don't think she's quite on the level that Nita Strauss is.
I think if some kid right now, some 16-year-old goes and grabs a guitar off Guitar Center, he already knows something about guitars. So he knows about Eddie Van Halen. He knows about possibly Nita Strauss. He
And
knows,
that's
Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix. And
that's
I
mom and
think,
dad's fault.
huh?
That's mom and dad's fault.
Yeah,
Like that's the whole reason my kids know about all this stuff
yeah.
because I am what I am, and they ended up liking the stuff a lot. Like I didn't force it on them, but I just listened to it all the time.
Yeah.
So that's they kind of gravitate towards it, right?
Oh, speaking about parents, so here's a kicker for you. My youngest was sitting at the table earlier today. It was all nice and quiet. So they're playing on iPads, and all of a sudden, just it's quiet. She doesn't have an iPad in front of her. She just starts rocking out on the chair at the table, like full out headbang and everything.
That's awesome. Again, parent taught.
And this is also the one who'll pick up the toy guitar and know what to do with it. So
Yeah, that's
Drums.
cool.
That one needs drums. Don't even piss around with the guitar on that one. She needs
no,
drums.
no, the youngest one is having fun with the guitar part.
The youngest one is the one that needs drums.
She hasn't even seen a pair yet, so
I mean, that can be changed.
yeah, no space for drums right now.
You don't need to live there. We can put it in your spot. Your spot.
It's a small spot up here, so
I would never say no to kids having drums.
You know what? It's funny. I was on Facebook Marketplace and somebody was selling their like little electric drum set. It had the snare, the regular one, and they were just saying $100 to just come pick it up. Shit, I should have just done that and sent it up to you guys.
uh-oh.
All you need is a name. I'll be look if it's still there. I'll go grab it.
We did have a little set up here for a little bit, and well, my oldest was like 2. She was playing on it, and she was hitting the cymbals. We had it right beside the Christmas tree, so we had a bell on the Christmas tree she was using as another cymbal.
Oh, that's cool.
See? You know what? Now I'm thinking about it.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking about?
I'm kind of proud of us. Because every time we talk about love bites, don't roll your eyes, Jason. Every time we talk about love bites, the fact that they're women never comes into the play,
We've talked about a bunch of different women performers, and we talk
right?
about how
Like,
they
and
perform.
it never comes up that they're good for a woman. They're like there's none of that shit, and there shouldn't be. But they're all just fucking awesome. Like so, Nita Strauss, Love Bites, for sure. Those two, I would put them up against any guy.
Oh, in a heartbeat, no doubt about it. I mean, we just talked about it. Who other than those three we spoke about? Who could outplay Nita?
Not a lot that I can think of.
No.
I mean, okay, so I'm going to go off board here, but who might actually be considered a guitar hero is Herman Lee. Hear me out first. When you think of Eddie Van Halen, his whole thing was he came up with a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah, I agree.
That's all fucking Herman Lee ever does. Is comes up with new stuff.
Even through the Fire and Flames, they have
Yeah.
one part where they use the threads of the whammy bar. Like they use the
Yeah,
threads on it
yeah,
across the strings to get a sound.
Yeah.
yeah. Like I don't think anybody experiments with a guitar more than him. So in that in that category, like innovative, Herman Lee's got to be there probably because he comes up with fucking new shit all the time. He plays every fucking inch of his guitar. Not necessarily in inability, although Herman Lee can fucking go. But just in the innovative part of that.
Just trying to get a new sound.
Yeah, he might be up there. He might also be up there just because of fucking Guitar Hero.
Well, that helped him out a little bit.
But do it for what he actually is, not just fucking Guitar Hero. Right? Like the guy invents so many sounds on his guitar. It's crazy. But nobody ever talks about that either. Because it's Dragon Force. And not a lot of people like him apparently. I
They're
like
all
their
great
albums.
guys.
They're fucking hilarious.
Like we were front and center for their show, and they were keeping an eye on everyone. If they see someone going down, you can see them. Like we saw the bass player pointed out towards Erin to make sure she was okay at one point because we are getting squished. Like they definitely keep track of their fans, make sure everyone's okay.
I'm nervous on this one. Eamon stayed awfully quiet as soon as I mentioned Herman Lee.
Maybe it's a promotion thing, man. I agree. He's good.
I'm the more we talk about it, the more I'm thinking it's a promotion thing.
Yeah.
The issue is David Lee Roth can't front everybody.
No.
For a guitar player like that to get recognized like that, they almost need to have a David Lee Roth type person.
Someone getting their names out there to have them all be heard.
Yeah, because when Eddie Van Halen, when that third album hit, all anybody could talk about is all these new sounds he came up with.
Yeah. I mean, Meat Street knocked me on my ass, knocked everybody on their ass when that song.
Right. But when Dragon Force came out with Through the Fire and the Flames, and nobody talked about all the new sounds.
Yeah.
I think, and this might put it into perspective, what that might be is because now everybody just assumes it's a fucking keyboard making a sound.
I don't think people appreciate. I don't think people are appreciating the sounds that are coming out of these instruments. I really don't realize they because growing up, everybody had some instrument you played or you tried to play. So when a musician was playing, you're like, oh my god, that's really good because I play guitar and I can't even make that sound. Nobody even comes close. I mean, go up and down the block on your street, and and how many houses have got guitars? I doubt hardly any would have any guitars in there.
Not anymore.
We're growing up. Everybody had a guitar. Everybody had a drum set, had a bass, had this, had that. And now nobody really appreciates the music. They're just, oh, it sounds good. We do. We're sitting there listening and talking about it, but talking about promote, I think it's really hard now to promote good guitar players because nobody jumps out and says, "Hey, check this guy out."
Well, goddamn it, it's our job to promote Nita Strauss.
I guess so. Well, since we are promoting, guys, please check out Andy Timmons. Just check him out, man. He's good.
Well, we have started doing a playlist for all the episodes, so
yeah. Okay.
So we'll make sure that there's a little bit of everything that everyone should be checking out that has been mentioned so far.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Nita Strauss for sure. If they don't know who Nita Strauss is, you need to know who Nita Strauss is. Dude, I'll even listen to the playlist.
Yeah.
You should.
And we talked about Love Bites, Jay, so you got to put another Love Bites on there.
But they're already on like 3 playlists. But we're keeping all the songs separate. We're not doing repeats.
You fucking started it. Put Holy War on there.
I already got it on the playlist.
Hey, put Mean Street on there just so people who aren't the younger kids who aren't familiar, if they're watching this, can see what we're talking about. Just make sure Mean Street's on there, would you?
Is that the group?
No, no,
No,
no. Van
it's that
Halen,
Van Halen song.
Oh, the song, yeah.
the song called Mean Street.
Mean Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what though? You're right, Eamon, because I don't think it's not going to be the same for any of them.
No, it's
There's not
not.
going to be
So
there's
different.
not going to be another Billy Sheehan or Les Claypool.
No.
Like there's certainly not going to be another Neil Peart, but there's so many good drummers right now. Once once the once the musicians of our age group, once we all start dying off, I think it's going to be fucked.
Well, you know who I blame? You know, we're blaming the dumbass kids, and maybe we are. I don't know. I think the music companies are ruining it all. They have their studio bands. They hired this Justin Bieber dude. Here, come sing. These guys will play for you, and you go do your tour. And
They've always had studio bands, though.
What do you think Journey is?
so you told me Journey never went in as a band and recorded
Yeah,
when
but
they were
Journey
first
started
coming.
out as a studio band.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
that's
think at one
So
one.
did
point they're trying to dub
Toto.
themselves as like
Toto
a
was
supergroup.
100% a studio band.
So who else did they play for then? Who else?
Neil Schon was in Santana, obviously, and they were just they took Neil Schon and not Steve Perry because he wasn't the original. I forget his name though. So they took Neil Schon and he was the one that was Santana.
Yeah,
So they basically went this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and they just picked session musicians.
I got it. Who
And
did that? Who
your
did
Journey
that?
now.
Huh?
I
It's the record company.
well, yeah.
That's fine. I get that. So, but they went and handpicked studio musicians. Said you're a band. Go out there and do it. That's great. But they're not even doing that now.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I can't remember. I was actually just reading an article earlier today. There was one guitarist who was asked to join Journey. So literally the morning he was jamming with them in a studio, just jamming with them for like 8 hours, and then went across the street to talk to some record execs and was offered a solo contract right then and there. So he ended up doing a solo deal instead of joining Journey.
Wow. What guitar player was that?
I don't remember. I was trying to find it. I was trying to find it on my phone. It's not going fast.
I know this, but it's like it's bouncing around in my head somewhere.
But my thing, it still goes back to the record companies that are not promoting actual bands, right?
Yeah.
You know,
They want a solo artist that they can just throw other people with.
Yeah, and that's it. That way, they're paying one person.
And oh, I got another one that might hit a nerve. A Guitar Hero. Can't nobody on this planet of Earth tell me that Joe Walsh is not a Guitar Hero. Because yes, he fucking is.
You know what? I mean, wow, that came out of left field there.
It did, but I was just singing an Eagles song in my head, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. He fucking right he is.
You know, damn, Jamie. Wow. Okay.
Like if for nothing else, just the influence he's had.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Again, Joe Walsh, that's our time. I'm talking about we need some fresh blood, and there isn't fresh blood.
I know, but if by chance there's somebody actually watching this and they don't know who they are,
yeah,
go and check it out.
Yeah.
Joe Walsh was fucking unreal. Still is.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can play anymore, but he still is. That guy came up with so much. And the influence that guy's had, even on our generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, every now and then I just get shit floating around in here.
Yeah.
And then it just comes out. You know this by now.
That's cool.
Okay, so here's something. Why Joe Walsh more than the others in the Eagles? Because nobody ever talks about Glenn Fry in his guitar playing. They talk about his songwriting. But with Joe Walsh, it's all about his guitar playing.
Man, the Eagles were a good band.
Yeah,
Golly.
they were. Yeah, they were.
I miss all that, man.
I don't miss it because I listen to it all the time. I listen to it so I don't miss it.
Yeah, true.
I got their the greatest hits, the first one, like 75 to 79. Oh,
Yeah.
what a great album! Great album. Because I got 7 women on my mind. That's my favorite line in any song ever. Because there probably are 4 that want to stone me.
Maybe I think we did doing all this guitar talk on this show made me think that one of the next shows in the future we talk about guys who write songs, guys and girls who write songs.
Yeah.
Who's the songwriter, or singers or whatever. I mean, that's a different path, and we'll have to talk about that at a different show. But
songwriter, unfortunately, not in our genre.
who?
Eminem.
Storyteller, yeah.
Good songwriters now. I mean, you gotta still go with James Hetfield, right? He's still doing it.
He's still doing it.
Steve Harris.
I got to sit back and think about this, so that's got to be for a different show. But we'll think.
Again, not in our genre. Bruno Mars.
No, fuck Bruno Mars.
He's
Bruno
written
Mars.
so many fucking songs, though.
I don't give a
You're
shit.
just talking about songwriting.
I don't give a shit. No, fuck Bruno Mars.
Give it for what it is. You're just talking about songwriting.
Yeah, no.
You don't want that 24 karat gold?
No, fuck that.
Hailstorm's doing good for songwriting.
Hailstorm, yeah. So her songs, man, some of them hit home. You're going, oh shit, yeah. I guess I was that asshole she's singing about, or whatever.
Listen, sometimes I do miss the misery.
Yeah. Don't we all?
There's even songs when they'll have them written, they'll hand her a copy, she'll start going through it and like, this is a good song, and then realize, oh shit, well, it's going to be another song about sex again.
You know who the last songwriter, per se, was? Prince.
I think he even wrote songs and gave it to other people, too.
He did.
For everyone.
He did. Prince was good, man. I agree.
Listen, we've been down this road before.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we know where I stand on that.
Yeah.
You know what? Here, I'll say a name that you did not think I would say. What the fuck's his name? Give me a minute. Ed something.
Sheeran?
Yeah, that guy.
Ed who?
Ed Sheeran.
No.
He writes songs.
No.
Listen, you only said songwriting.
Yeah, good songwriting.
I'm only giving you songwriting. He writes for him and a shit ton of other people.
And he relates to a lot of people.
Yes.
Maybe that's all I like him. He doesn't relate to me. Fuck him. So him and Bruno Mars. I think that medicine's getting the best of me, man. I'm starting to lose my shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
the thing about music is
good. Get after it. At least it's not me this time.
The thing about music is it always relates to certain people. Everyone can relate to some type of music because there's some type of form, shape, something of music that everyone can relate to. Just unfortunately, for most of the greater songwriters, it's who can relate to the most people. It may not be part of the genre you prefer, but...
That's why the first name I said was Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agreed with you on that one.
For
I
Eminem, there's just certain videos I like because I find them comical. I like when he takes this comical approach, but
I
I cannot honestly say I've listened to enough of it to hear his lyrics.
I like it when he says mean things about Mariah Carey, but we'll get into that another day.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a whole different thing you can get going about feuds within certain
I actually
artists.
kind of want him to write a metal song.
If he felt like it, he probably could do it.
I bet he could.
I bet he could too, and it would probably be good.
He just has to actually have the feel for it.
And that's what
He'd have to have. I think
I don't think he does.
his songs are from experience for sure, life's
Yeah,
experience, and he would have to, you know, do that.
yeah.
He'll also go see Ice-T's friends.
Yeah,
They're so good.
they are, man. They're good.
They're so good.
So, please make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Make sure to follow us on YouTube or Spotify or whoever you listen to your podcasts on. You could send us an email at jjpodcast@jaysbasement.com. We'd love to hear from you about ideas or who you think is a perfect guitar hero for today's day and age. Or if you want to hear Eminem write a metal song. And
Oh, let's petition that.
yeah.
I'd love it. That would be badass. Yeah.
It would absolutely.
Yeah. So until next time, say bye, guys.
Peace.
You gotta say bye, Jamie. You can't wait.
Bye.
I've already said enough. I'm out. Bye.